In just 3 days, Title 42 will expire, marking a major policy shift in how the U.S. processes migrants at the border. For more than 3 years, U.S. border officials cited Title 42 to expel hundreds of thousands of migrants to their home countries on the grounds that their entry could contribute to the spread of coronavirus. CBS News immigration reporter Camilo Montoya-Galves joins us live now to talk more on this. Good morning, Camilo. Thanks for joining us. There's a lot to get to. Can we start off by talking, though, about what we are seeing at the border in terms of crossings right now and what happens when Title 42 expires?
Good morning. Yes, the Biden administration is preparing to implement this major policy change. After Thursday at midnight, U.S. border officials will no longer have the legal authority to summarily expel migrants to Mexico or to their home countries without processing their asylum claims. They have been able to do so under the Title 42 authority for the past 3 years. This was a Trump-era measure that was first invoked at the outset of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it allowed officials to rapidly expel migrants on the grounds that they could contribute to the spread of COVID-19. It is expiring because of the expiration of the broader COVID-19 public health emergency. And as you noted, officials are expecting to see an increase in migration after this policy is lifted, because now border officials will have to, at the very least, give asylum hearings and interviews to migrants who request protection along the U.S.-Mexico border. Under Title 42, officials could simply expel people without giving them a chance to present their case in front of a judge. Right now, border officials are recording an average of more than 7,000 migrant apprehensions per day, and they believe that that number could surpass 10,000 in the coming days.
Yeah, wow. And Camilo, you mentioned it right there. U.S. officials have said they are expecting the level of border crossings to rise with the expiration of this policy. The Biden administration is sending 1,500 active duty troops to the southern border. Can you tell us a little bit about exactly what they are going to be doing there?
Yes, it is important to underscore that these active duty troops from the Department of Defense will play an operational role along the U.S.-Mexico border. They are being deployed to provide operational and administrative assistance to Border Patrol, such as transportation and data entry, not to detain or otherwise process migrants. And that is because under longstanding practice and federal law, the military is generally prohibited from engaging in civilian law enforcement, and that includes immigration enforcement, detaining or deporting individuals. So they will not interact with migrants. And it is also important to highlight that this is something that Republican and Democratic administrations have done since 2006. Many administrations have deployed thousands of troops to the border to provide that operational assistance to Border Patrol. And this is, again, designed to alleviate some of the pressure on border officials so they can detain and apprehend migrants themselves.
To understand there, Camilo, quickly, can you also tell us a little bit about what is happening in Washington as we look to Thursday? There's a group of senators unveiling a bill. Can you tell us a little bit about it and if there is any support for it?
Yes, Arizona Senator Kristen Sinema, an independent, is teaming up with a Republican colleague, Senator Tillis from North Carolina, to propose a bill that would extend the authority that officials currently have to expel migrants, but it would do so without tying that to a pandemic, to a public health justification. So if this bill were to pass, it would allow officials to continue expelling migrants without hearing their asylum claims, but it would not require a public health justification, unlike Title 42. The measure right now has some bipartisan support. Senator Joe Manchin, a Democrat from West Virginia, is also co-sponsoring the measure, but it is unlikely right now to pass the Senate, that is controlled by Democrats, many of whom oppose Title 42, again, on the grounds that it blocks migrants from seeking asylum, something that is normally a legal right for migrants on U.S. soil.
All right. Thanks so much. A lot to talk about really this week as we look ahead to Thursday. Thanks so much. We appreciate Camilo Montoya-Galves. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Amanda, over to you.
Thanks.